All right, so the next topic is going to be portable fire extinguishers. So as we know, heat, fuel, oxygen, and a sustained chemical reaction equals fire. This is what we call the fire tetrahedron, so 4 sides to this. So it is nearly impossible to remove the fuel source from a conventional fire. Right? So with this, fire extinguisher either exclude oxygen, cool the burning material below its fire point, or interrupt the chemical chain reaction, which is called hydrolysis. So an air pressurized water, what they call an APW, is only used on Class A fires. So it would be wood, paper, cloth, rubber. They usually come in a 2.5 gallon capacity. And when equipped with an air aspirating nozzle and filled with a foam solution, they may be used on flammable liquid fires, but it is not very effective. And do not use these on Class C electrical fires. Water and electricity is bad, right? Okay. This is an APW.
Are they normally that blurry?
I guess they're normally that blurry. A dry chemical is used on Class A, B, and C fires, and it works by interrupting the chemical chain reaction. These are very messy. This is what an ABC extinguisher looks like. And if you look over to your left, there is one on the wall, as you can see, in labeled fire extinguisher, which actually the label is way too low by NFPA standards. NFPA 1 fire prevention code, it's way too low.
It's not stuck in the wall, is it?
All right. The CO2 extinguisher, carbon dioxide, is used on Class B and C fires, and it works by cooling the object, or the fire that's, or the thing that's on fire, the item. The extinguisher develops extremely cold temperatures, so avoid contact with non-insulating components to prevent frostbite. All right. Do not use these on Class D fires. This is what they look like. As you can see, the size of the horn is pretty large.
It's a big nozzle.
Yes. That's how you can tell. One of the ways you can tell that it is a CO2 extinguisher. The other one is that there is no gauge on it. And the way to actually test these to make sure that they're actually filled is by weight. So you need to get a scale and actually weigh them. Dry powder is used on flammable metal. It's used for flammable metal fires. Works by exclusion of oxygen, so it kind of covers the fire up. And agents form a crust over the fire. So some agents will actually cling to vertical surfaces. This is not yet rated. This is what it looks like here. It's a dry powder extinguisher. It's a yellow extinguisher that has a detachable wand. We have one of these here. Either the engine or I think it's still on the engine, if I remember correctly. It's got the tanker.
I think it's on the tank.
These extinguishers are very expensive, well over $500 an extinguisher. Sorry, we have one for metal fires to keep the some metal shops in town, so we purchased one a few years ago. Immersion is mainly used in computer rooms, works by displacing oxygen. So you can see how this could be a bad day if you walked in. And its agent, which is a mixture of inert gases, which actually deplete oxygen in the area that it deploys. By doing so, puts the fire out. These are immersion extinguishers. Usually you find these in computer rooms because with computers, we all add water or dry chemical and things like that because we want the equipment to work after the fire is out. Right? Other equipment to work inside the room.
This used to be something like by the H, was that?
Yeah, halon.
Yeah, halon, there we go.
Yep. Kitchen fire extinguishers, also referred to as a wet chem or wet chemical, contains potassium acetate in it, and it's really effective on grease fires. This is what they call Class K, which came out, I believe, in 1998 is when this actually came out. So this is a kitchen fire one. For these to actually work, you deploy the full extinguisher onto the grease fire as it puts a foam blanket on top of the fire and puts it out. Rating systems for portable extinguishers, there actually are numbers and letters on each fire extinguisher that you have come in contact with, and it has the numbers and letters. So it could be a 5BC or 2A, and what this represents is the number represents the amount of fire in square feet that an untrained individual can be expected to control, and the letters indicate the class of fire the extinguisher is appropriate for. So that's how the rating systems work for portable extinguishers. So if you look on that one over there on the wall, you're actually going to see the numbers and letters. All right, so classes of fire. A class A, which is represented by a circle, also is for ordinary combustibles like paper, cloth, wood, rubber, things like that. Class B is a square, usually in the color red. It's flammable liquids, diesel fuel, oil, kerosene, gasoline, any kind of flammable fuel that's on the ground. Class C is a triangle, which is energized electrical equipment. Remember though, as the power is then turned off, it becomes either an A or a B type fire. If there is still energy to it, then it's still considered a Class C until energy is removed. Electrical energized equipment. Extinguishing agent is a non-conductive. Your Class D, represented by a star, usually in the color yellow, is for flammable liquids like beryllium, sodium, magnesium, lithium, pyrophorics, or different types of reagents. Do not use CO2 on these fires because it's not going to work. It's not going to put it out.
Say liquid?
Yeah, he did. You know,
Steel, right?
Yes, metals. When I say liquids. All right, so it's good for flammable metals. You don't want to use CO2 on these fires. You want to use the Class D extinguisher. Magnesium being one of them, and that can be found in automobile fires, right? In the motors. If you have never had a chance of making really cool fireworks before, put water on magnesium when it's on fire. It's a beautiful thing.
dangerous fireworks.
So Class K, which was added by the NFPA in 1998, which is for commercial kitchen fires. So there's 5 classes now, A, B, C, D, and K. As far as operation goes, remember pass. Okay, we're going to pull the pin. We're going to aim the nozzle at the seat of the fire. We're going to squeeze the operating handle, and we're going to sweep from side to side. Remember, the base of the fire is at the bottom, not the stuff flickering on top here, but at the bottom of the fire. That's the base. And go side to side like this here, put the fire out. Pull the pin located at the top of the extinguisher, except on pressurized cartridge models, which are now obsolete. Those were an extinguisher that had an open top. You could put chemicals inside of it, and next to it was like a CO cartridge.
Yeah, you look.
CO2 cartridge. You press it down and activated the system. You really don't see those anymore. Pretty much obsolete now. All they're placing the breakaway seal. Aim the nozzle at the seat of the fire. The red flickery stuff, that's flame. That's not fire. Right? We're looking for the fire begins just below the flame at the seat. You put that out, the rest of it goes out. Squeeze the operating handle. The top handle moves, not the bottom one. The bottom handle is only for carrying. So the top handle is free motion. Sweep the side from side to side. Think happy dog, right? The dog's tail is wagging, that's the way you need to put out the fire. All right. Get the fire out. Rule of thumb. If you think even for a second the fire is too big, it probably is. Number 2. Use the extinguisher to clear a path to safety. Never turn your back on a fire. You never know when it's going to jump. All right. Always have backup on the way. All right, inspection. So parts of an extinguisher to inspect. The arrow points to wall damage. That's on here. The support may fail, causing the extinguisher to fall. So make sure that your brackets are appropriately installed and not falling apart. Ensure the pin is firmly in place and has a seal that is not broken. The last thing you want to do is have that pin come out. It makes one hell of a mess in an ambulance.
Any truck.
Yep. Did it come apart in the tanker once? I think years ago the tanker had an issue with too. It took a corner and it cut off.
I know at Deering, the guy went to go grab his freaking remote control for the boom. Freaking grabbed it, he pulled the pin with a freaking cord wrapped around the extinguisher, and all of a sudden, right in the can.
Yep.
The whole thing was all white. He had a bad day.
Check the gauge. The pointer should be in the green. If it's not in the green, it is out of service. CO2 extinguishers do not have a gauge, so they have to be weighed to assess the charge level. The weight it has to be is listed on the extinguisher itself, so you have to do some reading to find it. and it's on the labels. The hose and nozzles, make sure you take the hose and bend it, move it around, manipulate it as much as you can to check for any dry rot. If it's dry rot and it crumbles or it's cracked, it's no good.
Also want to check inside the water, don't you?
Yep.
Bees nest and all that.
The shell itself, check for dents, corrosion, wear, other damage. I've seen a lot of these that sit on the floor and they start getting very corroded around the bottom of it. Make sure your inspection tag is initialed and dated. These need to be checked monthly by Bureau of Labor Standards on the apparatus and in the building itself. And they have to have a test done on a yearly basis. All right. Common problems found. I've seen this before.
Water dry.
All right, that's bad. I don't know how the hell that was even staying in there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Inaccessible. Fire extinguishers by law cannot be blocked. Remember, NFC 1 is a fire prevention and safety code.
Same with electrical things.
Yep, they can't be blocked. Broken pins and things like that. So any questions at all on fire extinguishers? All right.
Sounds good.